going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Happy opening week Friday. Baseball is back. The birds are back. And it's the first weekend then of baseball that you're going to have now from this day all the way until the World Series. How about that? But hope you guys enjoyed your Thursday. If you were an Orioles fan, you got to experience opening day just like many other teams did. We'll get to all of that kind of on the docket. If you can see to the left here on YouTube, X, and Facebook, talk about some cool moments from yesterday. Opening day reactions. Curious what you guys thought, but we have our thoughts. And one of those guys that had a lasting impression was Ryan Helsley. Helsley looked good in an Orioles uniform, throwing fuzz, but we're going to break down a little bit of that and also what we talked with Ryan about this offseason. And then, it's everyone's favorite poll talk. We got a poll here for you guys. And then while we're at it, we'll go around the AL East. There's still not a lot of football conversations unless you really want to get into the debate of who's visiting who and who's coming out of the draft. There's just not a lot, so we're not going to force it. And depending on it, we'll see how a call-in situation could be. So bear with us. We appreciate you. And maybe a surprise guest because he might just show up in the studio. But we'll find out. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Zach, my friend, happy Friday, and the birds are back.
Birds are back in the win column. The undefeated Baltimore Orioles, as you put out last night. The quest for 162-0 continues. But great to be back. Great to have baseball back. What a fine way to start the season. It felt like there was a lot of incredible moments you had across Major League Baseball, obviously in the Oriole game specifically. Trevor Rogers looked incredible. Ryan Helsley, like we'll get into. But I will say, and Ryan, maybe I'll get your opinion on this. I understand it's tradition. It's what we've always done. There is something about getting that first win on opening day, and then you're like, oh, next day is an off day. Like I want to keep rolling. I want to keep rolling. So happy to be back. And I do want to talk about the poll real fast. It is who wins the AL East. I was only given 4 options, so sorry to the Rays. You're projected to finish 5th, so like you didn't get in the poll. That's unfortunate. So maybe finish the offseason rankings higher, and we can get you in the 4th spot in the poll next year.
Even though the Orioles were the team that finished in 5th last year.
But not preseason rankings. Not
the preseason rankings. And also, if the Rays wanted to be in the poll, they shouldn't have blown a 7-1 lead by giving up an 8th spot yesterday in the 6th. We'll get into the AL East down the stretch here. But, yeah, we'll have some poll talk. We'll be chatting. We'll be discussing. But, Zach, opening day, opening week, there's so many great things that come with the start. Obviously, when you saw opening night with the Giants and the Yankees, there was one really cool photo of the flag with do you see what I'm talking about? It was the players on the line, and then it was the red, white, and blue, but it was smoke. Do you see that photo by any chance?
Where?
That.
Boom.
So it's like you get to see these moments there. Like, that's new. I've never seen any of that. I thought that looked cool from the start of it. And I also think it's so cool that each ballpark is having their own thing.
Yeah.
And so that's one. If you're in Baltimore, the coolest moment for me yesterday was the first pitch, because it was a special occasion here where it wasn't a kid. It wasn't the governor. It wasn't an athlete. It was 109-year-old Mr. Green that was throwing out the first pitch, Zach. So can we play that, or should we show that clip real quickly?
Yep, let's get that right up here. I just want to say, I'm not making it to 109, so I'm not going to put that out there. But for him to be moving like that at 109 and get the arm action going, that's incredible.
Arthur Green, lifelong Oriole fan, 109 years old, throws
Incredible.
out. And I got to tell you, dude, yeah, I guess in my mind, it's hard to look always to the future, right? You're trying to live day by day. And for me, that'd be 77 years later if I'm lucky enough to get to that age. And even at that age, Zach, I don't even know how the body would be moving. I don't even know if I would be moving.
I mean, hell, you talk about in 77 years. I hope it's 77. If I'm there, I can move like that. I mean, he was just talk about incredible shape, 109. Stand up and go out there and throw out the first pitch. Like you said, I thought that was so cool because you do see so many times it's some figure. It's some, okay, is it this person? Is it a former athlete? Is it somebody, an old player? And like, those are all cool and everything. But to give it to somebody like this, 109 years old, lifelong, or like, that's what's awesome. That's what's awesome. That's what makes baseball special. It's moments like that. So what a way to kick off the season.
Hell of a way to kick off the season. And that momentum, Mr. Green might have to throw out every first pitch because the Orioles ended up winning that game. And that set the tone. I want to ask Mr. Green, what's the secret? Do I need to drink more tequila? I hope it's in that regard. You know what I mean? Like, I hope it's have a drink a day, eat whatever you want. But I just always, for people that have lived this long life, I hopefully maybe one day I'll get a chance to just have a couple words with him, because whatever he's done, it's been tremendous. And to be able to go out there and have that moment in 2026 on opening day in Baltimore is pretty damn cool, as we sit here discussing it the day after. Now, there is one other moment, Zach, through around baseball, at least yesterday, that I was noticing, because it kind of involves one of the Orioles players. But it was the broadcast with the Phillies and John Kruk. So Tyler O'Neill was brought into this conversation because of Adolis Garcia. And if you look at their body figure, they are pretty muscular, physically strong individuals. I think that's a safe way to describe it.
Yeah.
Going a step further on the description or what you would like to see, well, John had some comments about it. So Zach, why don't we play the clip and we'll talk about it.
See him and Garcia on a oiled up and flexing after a good workout.
Garcia might have him this year.
Boy, he's a big man.
So if you heard that correctly, it's saying getting oiled up and
a nice workout
after a workout and then flexing. So I guess that I could call Dan Solomon and the Mr. Olympia crew and see if maybe that's how we do it. Maybe get a little spray tan action going on as well. But that's not what I was expecting to hear on a call, but made me laugh.
It's just, that's one of those things where you talk about, those tweets about baseball broadcasters were the original podcasters because you just kind of have to find things throughout the game to talk about. That was one of those examples where you're like, okay, we're on opening day. I don't know if we need to dig that deeply into the what are we going to talk about, especially with Adolis Garcia and Tyler O'Neill. That was
He and if you look up some photos of Garcia, dude is shredded. Dude's a beast.
Ripped.
Are we trying to say that we need to do that for the Ryan Ripken show? Is that what we do? We do a workout and follow the same thing. We should do the trends of some of the wackiest things out there. Are we coming up with something?
I don't think we need the oil. I don't think we need to get there. I just would like, the best part is you can hear him. There's that like 2-second pause where I think in his mind, he almost was like, do I continue with what I'm about to say? And I think he decided where he's like, I'm too far in. I got to just go with it. Like, I brought this up. I can't just go away from it. Cause he has that 2 seconds of silence where he's like, would love to see him and Garcia, oiled up after. It's like he was always thinking, like, do I really want to say this? And I think He let the inner monologue win. He was like, you know what?
You know what? I love it. Let the inner monologue out. Not all the time, but there. You know what? John, whatever you need, we'll talk to Tyler O'Neill about it. I actually want to ask Tyler about it now and just go, hey, buddy, hypothetical situation. We do this for charity and a foundation. You and Garcia get all oiled up here. Kruk's going to be the officiant of it.
Get it out in that Philly crowd. That's where the harshest critics are.
It'd be beautiful. Should we move on to baseball? Other talk now.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's move.
Go to opening day a little bit.
Yeah, let's go to opening day. So, Zach, we had some different perspectives yesterday. I was surviving the frenzy that is Pickles Pub and around Camden Yards early on. Every city, it's special for opening day. Every city has their own thing, but specifically to Baltimore, it always just feels different. Every single year, even in the years when the Orioles weren't good, Zach, it was a holiday. People are out they might only go to this game first off for the year, but there was a lot of people that not only love the tradition, they love the ball club and where they're going. They love new additions to the team and the stadium.
Yeah. And
there was a whole hell of a lot, but I didn't even ask you. I had some people ask me, where's Bali yesterday? Where the hell were you yesterday?
Okay. So it was one of those situations where when I finally got down to the stadium around 1:30, I was in Fed Hill for a while. And when I finally made it down, it was that sitting there and it was the decision of, do I wait an hour in line to get into Pickles, or do I go across the street a little behind the yard to Ale House, where still packed, vibes incredible, but I was like, the line is just about 3 minutes. So we made the decision. So went out there and then got in the ballpark, had a few beverages, got in the ballpark, and then was ready to cheer on the boys. It was incredible. But like you said, there's just an energy around the city. Like, even I got down to Fed Hill around 10 a.m. and every person is in Orioles jerseys. People already celebrate. I saw people at Pickles at 6 a.m. They were taking videos. I mean, it is a holiday. National holiday, should be a national holiday. Opening day is incredible, and you just feel this energy. Even like you said, when they weren't great, it was this hope of like, hey, maybe this year's different. Then you add on now some expectations. Some players like Gallanzo, like Helsley, like, Albernez, obviously, new manager. It felt like a fresh air. Okay, hey, let's see what happens. It's this fresh slate. Last year happened. That's over. And for the first time since last year, around this time, unfortunately, the Orioles had an opportunity to do something. They could go above 500. And yes, it's game one. But I'll tell you this, there were a lot of times last year when we were sitting there 15 games under, and you're like, I would just love a reset. The reset's finally here, 1-0, and it's a new season with new opportunities for a lot of players. And hey, it always helps when you get a win.
It does. What were we drinking, by the way? You kind of brushed over. I had a few beverages.
Oh, obviously Orange Crushes had to.
Is that obvious?
Staple. Yeah. If you're not getting an Orange Crush on opening day, I don't know what we're doing.
You can get an Orange Crush, but then you can have a little, hey, how you doing? You can have a little brewski action. Action.
We went back and forth.
You can have shots if you really want to play that way. Yeah. I mean, you can play your cards right. You can have the trifecta. You might not feel good later on, but you can certainly accomplish it. You couldn't ask for a better day as well. It got up to 80 degrees.
Yeah.
And you got to see what the upgrades for the stadium were. The scoreboard, tremendous. Sound system, tremendous. People got to see some of the other parts that are still in progress, but a lot of things that have taken things in the right direction. So it's been fun to see. And how about Polar Bear Pete, man, coming down the orange carpet? People were excited to see that. Specifically, I don't know if we have a video on that, Zach, but Polar Bear Pete was going down. He talked about it felt like it was a movie yesterday. And there was energy from the jump. Not a lot of offense, but there was a lot of energy from the jump. And It was this is why baseball and this tradition is so special. And I mean this, Zach. What other sport is opening day actually more valuable as an opening day than a prime time slot?
Yeah.
Like,
not many.
Thursday night football kicking off for the season. That's cool. They play on Sundays. It's not the same when a team has their first home game. It's like, oh, okay, first home game. Opening day, it's just this. I don't know if it's just a sensation that runs around, but
yeah,
it's contagious and people can't get enough of it. And then factor in yesterday, it's a tease because, by the way, it's going to get freaking cold here and it was raining this morning. But maybe it's just a sign for the better days to come. So if you're an Orioles fan, you really enjoyed it because they got the victory. So, Zach, let's talk about the actual game. Offense was not very high. Yeah. It was a very low-scoring game, which if you're looking at who the two guys on the bump, Trevor Rogers versus Joe Ryan.
You got what you kind of assumed.
Yeah, I mean, it was if you love baseball, it was a hell of a pitching duel. I thought it was a great game. I thought there was some great defensive plays. I loved Kobe Mayo making the play early, spin, double play. I loved the intensity that was set there. And I also love the fact that Trevor Rogers, in my mind, didn't have his A stuff or A plus, or whatever you want to consider it. And yet he went 7 scoreless in this game and gave the Orioles an opportunity to win. So just on that front alone, Zach, Trevor Rogers back to where he wanted to go. And we were talking before we came on, I wonder even if this is last year, if Trevor Rogers is going 7 on opening day. I don't know, but damn, I love seeing that off the jump. And he was in control minus that one outfield situation with the drop fly ball by Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, and I think that it's a little bit more meaningful for Trevor Rogers because all the questions, yes, he had a fantastic spring, but that's spring training. The questions were, hey, can Trevor Rogers pitch like this again? Like, yeah, you did it for the back end of last season. Obviously, a 180 ERA is nothing to, stuff at. But you weren't thinking, okay, Trevor Rogers is the best pitcher in baseball. Like, you wanted to see more. And he comes out there. And I said this a lot on the post-game show yesterday. People will sit there and say, hey, it was against the Twins. Like, the Twins are not in a win-now mode. The Twins roster isn't built to go win a World Series, and their lineup certainly is not built to win a World Series. But as I said last night, do you know what good pitchers do against bad lineups? They go 7 scoreless innings. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. The Twins are going to have games against really good pitchers this year where they drop 10 runs. And then you look on the other side, you just brought it up. Yeah, it was offense wasn't necessarily there for the Orioles. Well, it's probably because Joe Ryan's a dang good pitcher.
Dude, pardon my friend Zach, he's fucking good.
He's incredible.
Really, really good.
Yeah, like people sit there and they're like, oh, well, the Orioles struggled offensively. Like the offense looked just as, it struggled like last year. Yeah, because they batted against one of the best pitchers in baseball. Like Joe Ryan is disgusting. And there's a reason. He's going to do that to almost every lineup that he faces this season. So not worried about the offense at all. And in a lot of ways, I'll say this, because it was brought to my attention yesterday. I couldn't agree more. That's a game I think last year they lose. Just the way against a great pitcher, how many times did we sit there and was like, Dean Kramer went 8 shutout or 8 innings, 1 run, and they lost 1-0. Trevor Rogers, 8 shutout, and they lose in extras. They found a way. They got Ryan out, and then they had opportunities, and they capitalized on it. That was a great win of it's not pretty offensively, but you found a way. The Twins scored 1 run. They found a way to score 2. If you do that over and over again, you're going to have a very successful season. So I liked a lot about yesterday. I love that they let Trevor Rogers go into the 7th. That's the feel we've been talking about that we wanted to see kind of from this new coaching staff of, hey, analytics might say, okay, as he's getting to the third time through the order, hey, it's opening day. You don't want to push guys too far. He feels good. He's throwing the ball damn well. Let him go out there for another inning. And then I love, especially with some injuries to Kittredge and Aiken, bullpen's not at its full strength. You know that. Alvarez knows that. So he's going, hey, I got an ace quality pitcher right now dealing through 6. He feels good. Pitch count's not up. Throw him out there in the 7th. Then the bullpen only has to get 2 innings, and that's exactly what they did.
You know, when your starters are able to go deeper into the game, it protects your pen. And especially that is the one part for the Orioles that they are going to be a little bit undermanned from what they were hoping to start. But there's some guys with good opportunities in Geraldo and Nunez. But you want to put them in good spots when the time comes. First guy in a high leverage situation is Tyler Wells, which besides the triple to Buxton, which could have been maybe a double, but it's a triple, hell of a player. It was Wells and then Helsley, and we'll get to that in a second. But that's how you do protect your bullpen. Your starters go deep. They set the tone. And one more thing with Joe Ryan. By the way, Joe Ryan last year was top 18 in ERA of all qualified starters. And if you're saying if that's a fluke year, well, the year before, he was still right in the mix there. He had a 3.6 ERA, Zach, the prior year. So when it comes to Joe Ryan and what he's capable of doing, it's capable of being a top guy. That's what Joe Ryan is. That's why teams were trying to get him at the deadline. That's why so many teams couldn't afford him or make the move, is because he is a guy that has this fastball that just sneaks by you. And then he's now developed his off-speed pitch to go with this Invisa fastball. And that combination of his game, he's going to have more games like that this year. But more importantly, Zach, that's not the only great pitcher they're going to face in the American League. They're going to see a lot of those guys in the AL East. And we'll get to the AL East later with Crochet and Fried off to hot starts. But you're going to see Scoobles in that mix. Framber Valdez is in that mix. Just off of just lefties. We're not even considering Hunter Brown. We're not even considering, I know we're talking about a lot of lefties, but if you go into the AL East, Cole will be back. Gosman's there. Why am I blanking? There's so many damn good pitchers out there. You're going to have nights. But almost in some cases, Zach, it felt like in the past years, you mentioned it. Sorry, last year, close games, the Orioles didn't win the close game last year. No. It was one game, they'd fall behind, and they would be just out of it. They're down 3 or 4 runs. It felt like game was over, just by the results. Second game of the series, there was one game where they would win and go, all right, they're right back in it. Then it'd be that third game, that do or die, rubber match of the series where the Orioles would have moments in maybe 2 or 3 of the games, or in the game 2 or 3 times, to make a play, make something happen. And they didn't. And then the other team would have their shot and they'd make it count. I remember there was situations in a Milwaukee Brewers series I watched. We saw it with the Washington National series that ended up leading to the dismissal of Brandon Hyde. You got to win when the offense ain't humming. And I think that people are realizing, Zach, the importance of the little things. Can I walk you through a couple of the little things I saw? Is that okay?
Would love it.
So I'm going to stand up because, when I move, you move.
Just like that.
Just like that. Here we go. Timeout. I keep getting this tangled up. Little 7th inning stretch now. Hey. All right. So here's the deal. In that comeback, or I shouldn't say comeback, in that inning where they scratched 2 across, was there a long ball? Was there even an extra base hit? The answer is no. It was Sammy Basayo finding a way on. Then it was a base hit up the middle right after, which Sammy then, watching the ball in front, went first to third.
Loved that. It's a young kid making a play.
And Sammy ain't the fastest dude. I love you, Sammy. You ain't built for speed, but you used your eyes and you made a good play. And then on top of that, here comes Colton Cowser. And a guy in a situation, infield's going to be in. You need to get the job done. And what's Colton do? He stays back, drives the ball to left, gets that sac fly and RBI. There it is. Bam. First RBI of the season, first run. Yep. Colton Cowser staying back, getting the job done. And then how about some of the other guys? If your big boppers aren't doing their thing, Zach, someone else has to step up. Welcome to Baltimore, Blaze Alexander. Blaze is battling. And then you get a ball that's running in on your hands. It's eating you up a little bit, but you pull your hands in enough, get enough of the ball to go through the infield, and you scratch across another run. And in games like you have Trevor Rogers and Joe Ryan, 2 runs might be the number to win the game, and it was yesterday. So, yeah, that is what the Orioles need more of. We know I'm not worried about the offense. It's one game, but I'm just saying I'm not worried at all about this offense of what their potential is. I care if they can find the ways to win the game like that, because those are the moments you have to be good at, and that's what separates a team from winning 74 games to 84 and 84 to 94. You got to find a way to win the one-run games and the moments where your offense just don't got it that day. Yesterday was an example of that. I honestly thought that was the best first possibility. That's better for me, Zach, than a 10-0 victory yesterday.
Yeah, and actually something I'll even go another situation that stood out to me, because talk about what an important thing, not only just for the game, but the confidence. Talk about mid-game, it's 0-0 at the time. Guys on base, Twins have an opportunity to really get something going. Hard shot, ground ball, and Kobe Mayo picking it. The guy that everyone's talking about, oh, what do you do with this defense? Oh, well, he's uncomfortable there defensively. Talk about a confidence booster. One of the biggest plays of the game, you go to the ground, snag it, start the inning-ending double play. That was the biggest moment, at least from the fan perspective, of where it felt like everyone in the stadium stood up. It was just, that got everyone going. And I could not be happier that was Kobe Mayo who started that. The guy that, talk about, yes, I'm not worried about the bats. And with Mayo, the bat's going to play. I do not question that. Even in his outs, I saw, hey, hard line drive. He's on him. He had a few ropes that were just out. He was just out in front of, but it wasn't some, big fly ball that you're like, he got underneath it. He was crushing it. These were 100+ off the bat line drives going into the seats foul. Bat's going to be there, but for him to go and make that play defensively and to keep getting that confidence up, that was a massive moment for me, because I really hope that that's a moment that sticks in his mind of like, hey, yeah, I belong on the hot corner. Hey, I can do this, and I can make meaningful plays defensively to go along with that bat.
Well, you know what I loved with this too is Kobe and any player is at their best when they're not thinking about what's going wrong or they have to try to do too much. It's let your natural instincts take over and your ability and make the play. And so it's almost like even the last couple of years when Gunnar Henderson made his errors, was it Gunnar not physically being able to play the position, or was it some of the technical stuff where maybe Gunnar overthought his rhythm of how he had to throw the ball? His arm angle would get stuck. But when Gunnar had to make the play in the hole and he has to just react and make the play, it was perfect. And again, I'm not comparing the two defenders, but I'm comparing the concept of when you don't think and you just react, you let your ability take over. A ball smacked at you, you just got to focus about getting it, and you're not even worried about anything else. It's, I got the ball, make the throw. You're not thinking about my footwork, where's my arm going? You're reacting. And those moments like that build the confidence. And if you looked at Kobe's, I did the breakdown the other day. For those who haven't seen it, you can go check it out. My big thing for Kobe, it was rhythm for him. It was being in rhythm for his throw. And yeah, his range, I'm not going to say he's going to have the most massive range at third, but it's not as bad as what people are trying to put it out there for him. And here's one more thing, Zach. I got asked this on 105.7 by my man Nolan McGraw. And Nolan's saying yesterday's 0 defensive substitutions at the end. No one. Not bringing another third baseman, not bringing another outfielder. And I was thinking about it for a longer period of time, and I love that they didn't bring anybody in. Because you know why? Early on, you know what your goal is as a team? Yeah, you want to win games. you want to instill confidence in young players. And if you had taken Kobe or Cowser, who's now becoming your everyday center fielder, you take them out of the game, what's that telling you? Hey, great job, but not good enough to finish it.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want you out there in this situation, though.
Yeah, and that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about, where in the summer and things go on, Zach. All right, yeah, you have a good baseline of what you do with players early on. Let these guys be getting those moments. Let those guys go through those struggles and failures, or let them ride out what they're starting to put together. So besides Kobe's defense, great stolen base. Read Joe Ryan well, worked a good at bat. He was trying to give the Orioles an opportunity. A lot of good things from him. Let's see who else that we liked.
One big moment real fast. And I'm not sure, I brought this up, I'm not sure if they showed this just on the big screen at the stadium or if it was on the broadcast as well. But the Twins were making a pitching change. And we talk about, hey, what does leadership look like? What does a guy like Pete Alonso, Chris Bassett, Ryan Helsley add, not just on the field, but as a leader? Twins go and make a pitching change. And immediately, guys on deck, I believe it was kind of the back end of the order. Pete Alonso's not up for about another 6 guys. It was the guy on deck, the guy about to go up to bat, and Pete Alonso sitting there with Pete's notebook going over the new pitcher together. That's leadership. That's not just, I got paid 5 years, $150 million to hit home runs. I'm going to sit there, do my thing, and then hope the rest goes up. That's, hey, I want these young guys to succeed. I want this team to succeed. So if I've seen something from my experiences against him, hey, I'm going to make sure I'm going up there against these guys about to face him and make sure they know what's coming. Oh, this is what he likes to do in this count. I've noticed he does this. That's what a leader is. And I think that's what Pete Alonso really brings to this team. Also on that Kobe Mayo ground ball, the double play, the fire from Pete. He screamed out, let go, a massive let's go after it with a fist bump. That's the confidence that you see these leaders giving the rest of the team. Immediately waited on the field to make sure he gave Kobe a fist bump of like, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Give these guys confidence. Help them where they are. That's a leader. That's the veteran leader that we've talked to so many across the league. And they're like, oh, yeah, Pete's going to do his thing offensively, but just watch what he does in that clubhouse. And that's what we were starting to see yesterday.
I mean, and Pete was even talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, it was a special day for him and his family. You know, I saw him with his family after the game. You know, I didn't talk to him, but just saw the photos and videos of him spending that moment. You know, that's something their family's going to remember forever. And they're going to share those photos and those memories. And that's a special time. But so for Pete, he's relishing being a Baltimore Oriole. In this case, not that we know the long term of being Mr. Oriole, but Pete wants to be Mr. Oriole of this team. He wants to be that guy that can shoulder the trouble, but be there and be supportive of when he can. But the other part of it, Zach, is like that's how in a dugout it should be when you're talking with guys. What do you see? What's going on? Talk to each other. Work through things. That's how you continue to figure out what you're trying to do in game plans, and that gets contagious. Hitting's contagious, winning's contagious, and it can go the other way. So working together in that manner plays a huge part in all this. On the other side, on the hitting department, then real quickly, Adley Rutschman loves opening days. Did his thing again. Happy to see him off to a good start. Now just need him to stay healthy and continue to ride that. But when people watch that, they go, yeah, I recognize that guy. And I'm telling you, he's there. And I'm not going to dwell on the first game, but it's a point. He's there. Adley just needs you to stay healthy. That's all. You stay healthy, you do your thing. We're going to see that Adley from a couple years ago start to come back. And I love the fact that Sammy B and Adley, they're fine throwing them in the lineup together. Great. Yep. Awesome. Mm-hmm. You know, you're wondering about how that would be. Sammy needs his at-bats. And I love the fact that Sammy was thrown in the middle of the damn order. It was great. So a lot of positives there. On the other side here on the pitching, to wrap it up, besides the Trevor Rogers, gave the Orioles seven strong innings. Even after the mistake with Tyler O'Neill and Blaze Alexander, which, by the way, that's Tyler's ball. It was called late. Blaze is running. He's going until he gets called off. So then when he's running, he hears I got it. He's got to get out of the way. The outfielder's ball. And hit Tyler's glove, popped out. Yeah. But no outs. Trevor Rogers didn't blink. Got the job done. Got out of it. That to me is what really great pitchers do. When a mistake happens, they fight their way out of it. Excellent job. We learned something that Tyler Wells was the first guy out of the pen for this situation for high leverage, which I think we all expected. And I got no worries with Wellesley. Buxton, good swing.
I was just going to say real fast. I brought this up yesterday. Some people will be like, oh, do we trust Wells in that situation? If you're giving up a big time hit to one guy and it ends up being a triple, maybe a little misplay off the wall. If it's Byron Buxton in that lineup, that happens. Byron Buxton is going to get to a lot of good pitchers this year. For him to get out of it, that's the only damage done. That was awesome. And then I'll say this about Wells, because it's really kind of the first one we've seen in the regular season. I love how he bounced back after, hey, strike 3, boom, inning over. I'm walking off the field. Wait, hold up. We have a challenge. Now I'm coming back on the field after it's overturned. Goes out, I think, 2 pitches later, gets right out of it. That's maybe for a pitcher something where he let out the big let's go. He's walking off, and now you're like, oh, I got to get back in that mindset again. Love just that, it's the little things. So love that little bounce back right there.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I think Tyler Wells is going to be great this year in the pen. I think he's very comfortable in that spot. Kittredge will make his return at some point. I'm curious how the rest of it will be, but we know who's getting the ball at the end of the game, Zach. It's going to be Ryan Helsley. And damn, dude, I think it's maybe a good time to talk about Helsley. And I did a breakdown with him. We've had him on. You could not have asked for a better debut besides saying, well, should have just struck out 3 with 3 batters faced, but he still did mow hitters down with a fastball that was sitting right around 100 the entire time. He introduced that split piece that looked nasty, and that is save number 1 as a Baltimore Oriole. And I truly meant it when I saw it, Zach. The value, don't look at because of other closers got all this money. Don't overlook Ryan Helsley here, but hell of a debut and gets that first save behind him in game 1.
Couldn't be happier, and couldn't have said it better myself. It felt like almost a weight off his shoulders as well. Like, that first one needed to go through it's like a shooter after struggling. You just need to see one go in the hoop. And for him to go out, I was just thinking, hey, let's get out of this inning. Like, let's just find a way to get a save, and then we'll work from there. 3 strikeouts. Yeah, one guy gets on, then, the wild pitch, he gets second, all that. It's going to happen. But now suddenly those 3 strikeouts, and it wasn't 3 strikeouts where you're like, oh, caught one on the corner, like got him. It was, hey, my best versus your best. Let's go. I'm going to throw 100. You try to catch up to it. Oh, swing and miss. Okay, next one. I'm going to throw 100. You try to do it. And it was over and over. And I loved how he pitched. I loved the energy he brought with his fastball. Obviously, everyone's talking about splitter, but hey, that little wrinkle he throws in, that's got to be a nightmare now for opposing batters. I've seen so many, pitching ninja. I've seen this, stat cast from all of his pitches yesterday. And pretty much the consensus feeling, not just in Birdland, but around Major League Baseball after that outing was, oh, maybe that second half with the Mets, like, that was a fluke, because Ryan Helsley is looking an awful lot like the Ryan Helsley that you put up there just a year removed as one of the best closers in all of Major League Baseball.
And this is why we don't want to look so much at what happened with the Mets. Yeah. Because, look, I'm not discrediting that, but I want to look at the body of work when he's been in one position.
We have some breaking news. I'm very sorry. Yeah. We have some breaking news Right-hander Shane Baz and the Baltimore Orioles are finalizing a 5-year, $68 million extension. Okay.
Excuse me? You kiss your mother with that mouth? Yeah, is that what you saw? Yeah. Brad just ran in here. Brad just got down. All right. Sound the alarm. Oh, hey, come on in a little bit further.
Oh, on the frame yet?
There you go.
Here we are.
So, Shane Baz. All right. Breaking news. Shane Baz is extended or about to be extended.
Yeah.
Well, hot damn. Finalizing the deal. Who's got it? What's the tweet, Zach? Who's it from?
Yep, it's from Jeff Passan, so we're gonna trust it.
Jeff. All right.
Let me go. I was gonna say there
it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He got paid. He's here.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
might as well change the thing to breaking now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do right now. Let me.
Okay, change that title. Put that thing back where it came from. So help me and cut. So we will discuss the Ryan Helsley here and finish that in just a second. But the breaking news, and Zach, I'll let you fix that. I'll get the tweet from Jeff Passan up here.
Awesome.
The Passan bomb.
It's always how it works.
Hey, where's Big Ben at? I'm going to text him right now and say, hey, buddy, you see what happened?
Yeah, you better come in.
So Jeff Passan is reporting it is a 5-year, $68 million deal with the Baltimore Orioles. How about that, Zach?
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, well, now I'm gonna.
You know what I was thinking about a lot? I want to do a breakdown leading up to this situation with the Wizard of Boz. But hey, you know what? Good for him. I'll explain a little bit more about this side of it in just a moment. As soon as I can find the tweet that I had the tweet. Find the tweet, Ryan. Find the tweet. Everybody panic. Hey, my reaction, I really like it. I know that people are going to say, are you overpaying or what's going on? I'll explain in a second of why him, not Rodgers right now. Because I think there's a good context with this, Zach, that I think people need to understand. So here we go. There it is. Breaking right-hander Shane Baz, finalizing 5-year, $68 million. So if you do the math, just a little bit over 12 mil a year, 12 and a half, 13 mil. Sorry, 13 mil a year.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you, dude. You want my honest take on this deal?
What's that?
I think that this would be an absolute freaking steal if Baz is who the Orioles think that he is. If he's an ace, you're not paying 13 mil a year, 13 and a half mil a year for an ace. And there is some risk here. I'm not going to say that there isn't, but when you're looking at a guy with the stuff that Baz has and you're going to get this agreement from him, if I'm the Orioles, why wouldn't you be happy with that? You know, so that's the pro. The pro is if Baz is who you think he is, and even not even if he's a top 2 or top 3. Chris Bassett just signed this year, Zach, what, 1 year, $19 million deal, right?
Yeah.
And that's for, what do we consider Bassett, in that 3 to 5 range for a starter?
Yeah, especially at this time, at this point in his career.
So with that, and a 26-year-old that's just about to hit more of the prime of his career, take a chance. Here's a risk. And this is the way also for teams like Baltimore to hit as far as with their team moving forward, because you're going to have a hard time trying to compete with the teams trying to go after the Scoobles of the world. And this next class that's coming out in free agency, Zach, it's going to cost a lot of money. So that's the positive there. The only if we're playing the downside to the situation, the downside is, well, what if it doesn't work out?
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't mean this in any bad way, but I just don't understand why anyone would really want to complain about this. Because if the complaint is the Orioles aren't willing to spend, they just extended another guy.
Listen, if this was 5 years, 168 million, I'd understand where people would be like, oh, but what if he doesn't work out? Like you just said, Ryan, like 13 mil a year is number 5 payday at this point. So, okay, worst case, he's a number 5 and you got him exactly for what he is. Best case, he goes up to that number 2-ish, low end 1-ish, and now you get one of the biggest steals you could. Yeah, there's risk, obviously, but this isn't a, we're breaking the bank for 13 mil a year. This isn't, he's getting 42 million and you're like, wow, this could really backfire if this doesn't work out. 13 mil a year is not a lot of money when you look at, like you said, what some other guys have been getting.
In Charlie Morton, by the way, got more in his 1 year with the Orioles at 41. Shane Baz, I want you to understand a little bit more about the upside of what he has. The upside isn't to be a top 3 or 4 or just fill out your rotation. The upside is that he will be at the top, and realize who's already at the top. That's Rogers and Bradish. Now there's a lot of different outcomes, but let's do the scouting report again on stuff. When you have a guy that can get it up to 97, 98 on the bump, and that's what Shane Baz can do, that's a plus. You have a guy that was a top prospect, so the stuff's there, it played, he was ranked that way, that's a plus. He just got back from a Tommy John surgery and pitched a whole year last year, granted inflated ERA, especially at home, plus. But his stuff, Zach, 97, got a hard curve, cutter, changeup, slider. He's got a repertoire of pitches. Now the goal is build again off what you can do. Build. But Shane Baz, the build that he has, I still go back to seeing him in Norfolk, or we're playing the Durham Bulls in Durham, and seeing it and going, damn, I see why people talk about this guy. The arm is effortless. His breaking ball is just gross.
Yeah.
But the challenge is going to be, all right, first year, you're in Baltimore. Can you get back to what we saw when you came up into the big leagues when you were 22, 23 years old? And in 22, when he came up, that was the year I saw him, Zach. Had a 2.03 ERA in only 13 innings, short sample. But then in 2024, he had a 3.06 ERA. Yeah. So the upside's there. It's all there. And I'm glad they take the risk. I really, and if it's wrong, who the hell cares? They are making an investment in a guy. So kudos to him.
Yeah, and I will say this. So just to add a little more context and wrinkle into this, people will look at, 13 million a year. Why wouldn't he wait? All that stuff. This is good for both sides. Shane Baz had 2 years after this year left on his contract going through arbitration. Every player hates arbitration, Ryan. I don't think we've ever met a player where they're like, you know what I really look forward to every year? Arbitration. So they buy out the next 2 years of arbitration, well, this year included, and then 2 more years, I believe, will just be added onto his contract, if I'm kind of reading this correctly, meaning they got him for one. If he pitches incredibly well, you're going to get him for a steal over the next few years. That's one thing. But you're really banking on year 4 and 5. At the end of this contract extension, Ryan, he's going to be 31. That's guys entering their prime for a big payday. That's all. I love this signing. I saw someone say it actually on Twitter. Orioles aren't waiting for proof. They know the potential he has, and they're taking the quote unquote risk of, hey, we know what you can be. We're going to give you 5 years because we think at the end of this, you're going to be still a top pitcher in baseball, and then we can revisit this in a few years. I think it's a great move, and especially as you're kind of looking down the line for what the Orioles rotation will look like. Yes, Rogers is a free agent after this year, but now, okay, you have Baz for the next few years. Bradish you'll have for the next few years. I think it sort of starts to put that all together of, hey, we got this guy with a lot of potential lockdown.
Tremendous potential lockdown. Brad, you back?
Hey, how's it going? Oh, it's very bright. I'm very bright.
You are very bright.
Yeah, let's move this.
It's a bright day now. Turn that frown and rain upside down. Say, hey, say now.
I just want to say, first of all, congrats, Shane Boss, for getting paid. That's great. Good stuff. Here's the other thing, though, too, that I feel like fans need to put to bed. And it's that the Orioles, the Gunnar Henderson extension, really any Scott Boras client at this point, is not an indictment on the Orioles trying to make efforts to extend these guys. And I feel like fans need to just understand that this is just how Boras and his clients are going to be. And just understand that it's not because the O's haven't made attempts to try to extend their players. It's just that's how the cookie crumbles, and that's how that's how they operate. And this isn't an indictment on the organization necessarily, because we've seen it now. They extended Basayo, they've now extended Shane Baz, and a lot of other guys. It's just and then they paid Alonso, of course. So It's not a spending problem for the Orioles at this point. It's just trying to get guys paid that they know that they can work a deal with.
And then here's the other part. Trevor Rogers is the name that's been brought up with this. Well, pay Rogers.
Yeah.
Trevor Rogers is in a very interesting position now, because how much do you want to bet on yourself? If you're betting on yourself that you're going to go and be similar to what you were last year, you are going to get some of the top money in the market. Like if Framber Valdez got what he got, what was it, 30 or 40 mil a year? Was it the number for him? 40 mil for Framber? And Skubal is going to break the bank. Obviously, someone's going to try to break the record if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
But if Trevor Rogers goes out and has an all-star campaign and finishes in the top 5 and has a sub 2.5 ERA, even sub 3, that dude is making hundreds of millions. And so that's what's on the line for Trevor. Now, the question is, what number do you feel comfortable with? And the Orioles right now, they got to say, all right, well, what is a fair price? That's where it is right now. Shane, they threw a number at him, got to this point because there is that unknown. And Shane does have a couple more years of control. Hey, we'll take care of that for you. And we understand that it might not work out, but we're willing to do this now, and we know that it's going to be a lower price.
Yeah.
But to your point, right, Brad, there's different circumstances. Gunnar, we understand that contract is going to be numbers that you probably can't even fathom right now. And if you're Baltimore, you can't get hung up on that one right now. You got to make sure that you're looking at the others, because if it's not also Gunnar, and you just said about Boz, you know what other pitchers you got to make a choice on? It's going to come up quick. You got to figure out what you're going to do with Kyle Bradish, Dean Kramer, and in this case, Trevor Rogers is this next year, but those are the next in line for your players. And that is just the reality of the situation. I think Trevor Rogers right now he's already averaged over 30 mil a year already.
Yeah. And honestly, if I was Trevor Rogers, I wouldn't take a deal right now. I would still be betting on myself, especially if I thought I was going to have the same year this year as I did last year, at least the last half of last year. So why would I take a lesser deal if I know that I'm going to have Tarek Skubal type money coming to me, or Max Fried for that matter? If I got a $300 million, if I knew I had a $300+ million deal on 8 years coming to me, and the Orioles weren't prepared to provide me with that, I'm waiting it out. Oops,
I'm there too. Oh,
there we go.
We're back. I'm with you on that. If I'm Trevor, and also when you're in the season, he's got to focus.
Yeah.
So however he can lock in the timing of the Shane Baz extension right now. His first start is this weekend, so it's out of the way, and he's ready to rock. Trevor, he's already been in there, and he's locked in. And look, I see in the comments, I want to reiterate, I'm not saying Rogers getting Skubal money.
No,
Skubal's
but like he's going to be in that conversation.
Whoever doesn't get Skubal and pay out, and Rogers has the year, they're going to overpay to get a guy like Rogers.
Yeah.
It's just, that's how it's going to work.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no doubt about it. And for Trevor, just like many other, you're pitching not only for your team, you're pitching for every other team that's watching you. And I hope that he's a Baltimore Oriole long-term. But again, it can't stop you from trying to look at what you can lock in for your roster moving forward. So now you've locked in Shane Baz, you've locked in Sam Basayo, you've locked in Pete Alonso these upcoming years, plus the team control over certain guys you already have, you're making the right steps. And it's going to be a competitive AL East. And these are moves right here. I want to reiterate. It's either you develop your pitchers so damn well, you acquire and keep your guys, or you go out and spend. And the Orioles, I think they're going to spend, but their best bet is to be able to acquire and extend or bring from within, because it's going to be very hard to challenge with other teams that throw around money like the Yankees, like the Dodgers.
Or the Mets.
Or the Mets.
That's what I was just about to bring up, was that, like, you know, there's a smart way to throw money around and there's like a dumb way to throw money around. I'm not saying that like any of these organizations are doing anything dumb, but I think that it's safe to say that we've seen some pretty careless money thrown around with certain players. And so you can kind of make the argument now that the Orioles have done a really good job of spending their money smartly, but they're not afraid to spend it. And I think that's one of the key takeaways, not only with this Boz contract, but with the last several ones that they've taken care of.
And that's the part when you go to the free agent market, there's no guarantee that it's going to hit. You know, I would rather in this case extend a guy and you know he's going to be here and he knows he's going to be here.
Yeah.
Then go out and say, I'm going to do a 1-year deal here, 2-year deal there. For this year, it makes sense with Chris Bassett and Zach Eflin's option and where he was for his injury. That makes sense. But having guys under control that you know is on your roster, that helps you make better decisions as you move forward. So
solidifying the depth of that rotation.
Yeah. Congratulations to Shane Boz.
Yeah.
Excited to see him.
Hey, and the Orioles.
They might not
Congrats
lose
all
another
around.
game.
Yeah. 162-0.
Yeah. Zach, will the Orioles lose again? Nope. You're working on something? Okay, he's working on something. He's working on something.
Fine. He's allowed to do
There's
that.
a lot of different things besides like breaking news here. Like, did you see that Tiger Woods got an accident?
Yes. Rocco put that in the group chat.
I just saw that pop up when I was looking for passing.
Another rollover accident, by the way.
We'll save that for a set. We'll save that in a little bit, but that doesn't, with the history.
Yeah. That's actually what I mentioned.
It's a coincidence. It's not, I don't know if it's a coincidence
that
you have another rollover.
Yeah.
Normal.
Hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay too.
But yeah, it's definitely makes you question some things.
Yeah, just make it. Oh man. Yeah, the wave of
yeah.
The wave of thoughts here.
Yeah, just don't drive anymore. Like, just get a Tesla and be done with it, bro.
It's
have it drive it for you.
Time will tell with that. Hopefully, again, prayers up, hope for the best in that situation. But in this situation, we do know the Orioles, Shane Boz, they're together. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Look at that. That's hot. Maybe we should try to get Shane Boz next week. That'd be cool.
I'm taking a screenshot of this, send it right to Key.
That'd be great.
He's going to be proud of you, Zach.
There it is.
Yeah. Had to cook behind the scenes for a second.
Yeah.
Cooking. Yeah, we're working on our graphic skills here. Shout out Key. Shout out Zach right there for putting the Boz up. But we're trying to make this experience better for each and every one of you. So we appreciate you. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We do this live every Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. And Zach, actually, can we take one moment to go from this stream to another stream?
Yeah, let's do that in just under a few seconds.
To the window, to the wall.
Jeff Basson, to where did that just go? We're going back to what I just put up.
Let me take it
Always
off and
under,
put it back
always
on.
under. Always
there
under.
it is. And our friends over at AutoStream Car Care Center, appreciate them. If you have any issue with your car, and I mean any, you go to any of their 10 locations and say the name Ryan Ripken, they'll give you $50 off any service. And they give you honest treatment, honest service, and we appreciate their support and they appreciate you. Follow them on social media too. And if you want to see some of my acting skills, go and check out some of their social media pages. It's on my page, it's on there, but appreciate AutoStream Car Care Center. So from that stream back to this stream,
There were two of them. There we go. We're back. We're back.
We're back. Well, good for good. This is a good Friday. You know, it's a good Friday. Threw the plans off a little bit, but Shane Baz is scheduled to throw on Sunday.
Sunday. Yep, Sunday.
That's exciting. His debut.
Cannot wait.
He'll be a richer man. He'll be feeling lighter though. He might be heavier in the bank account, but definitely feeling lighter on the bump. I'm excited to see him rock and roll here. And this is again, I want to reiterate how the Orioles can compete against, because maybe this is a good time to dive into the AL East conversations of how this fits in. If you look around the AL East the rest of this first couple days of the season, the guys that started for the Yankees, for the Red Sox on their opening days, Max Fried, Garrett Crochet. Spoiler, they both shoved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you have to deal with in this division. The Yankees, to me, they develop players well, but they spend really well at the same time. And from the first crack I saw of that, Zach, the Yankees lineup is more than Aaron Judge. It's one day, but I think that they don't get the credit that they deserve. I'm not saying that they're this juggernaut of a lineup, but Judge going 0 for 5 with 4 punchies and their team putting up 7 runs. Mm-hmm. If they help produce 4 runs, they'll be in a good spot, because I think that their starting rotation and bullpen is the best collective group in the American League to start off right now, the AL East, I should say. Boston, sorry, you got to follow up.
Well, I was going to say, I completely agree. I think because of Aaron Judge, everyone's like, oh, well, the Yankees, obviously the offense is their strength. It's not. It's going to be the pitching. It's going to be, can that bullpen with Bednar, Doval, all of them, can they take those steps to get back to what they were? Because that's going to be the strength, because we didn't shy away from it this offseason. There are questions in the Yankees lineup, but you do have to feel a lot better if you're the Yankees, even though, like you said, it's just one game. The offense to go out there against a good pitcher in Webb and have the performance that they did. That's how the Yankees are going to have success. Would like to see it a little bit more than just one game, but if they can score 3-4 runs, that pitching staff is going to win them a lot of games.
Yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate here only because they don't. We talk about depth with the Orioles, and I would even say the Red Sox have a lot of depth too. Blue Jays have been working on that. The Yankees don't. They just don't have the depth that the
offensively.
So they just don't have the same type of depth. If Aaron Judge goes down, even for 3-4 weeks, God forbid, like that team offensively doesn't go without that guy, period. And there's other, Bregman also, we'll just see, but I think that there are concerns, as we always say, it's a long season. Injuries are bound to happen. We'll just see what happens. But I wouldn't have a ton of confidence if I was a Yankees fan right now, just given the depth that they have or lack thereof.
Yeah, but I get the depth part as an offense. I think I just think they're a hair better than what people think with the depth that they have. But their pitching staff, to me, they don't have Garrett Cole yet. He's got to be back. Carlos Rodon will be back as well. Cam is really good. Luis Gil is coming off of the Rookie of the Year and 2 years ago, the year with Cowser. And I'm telling you, Ryan Weathers, when they traded for him, if you guys aren't familiar with him, I really would keep an eye on him, because I hated the fact that the Yankees got him. Not for the fact that I hate the move for them. I love it for the Yankees. A lefty that throws 97 that gives them more flexibility. This pitching side should be their strength. And if their lineup does a little bit more with or without Judge, they're going to be okay. Now, Boston, on the other hand, Boston doesn't have any superstar at the top of the level yet. Roman Anthony emerging. Duran is trying to bounce back, but star potential there. Then the rest of their lineup has some very solid players. but still has some thoughts that are remain to be seen. They're going to be led by Crochet and Ronher Suarez and Brian Bayo and Sonny Gray. That's their way and ticket to continue to win games and see if some of these young guys can surprise, right? So when we're looking at that, though, where did Crochet and Ronher Suarez come from? Free agency and trade, and Boston extended them to big money for both of them. So that's, again, what the Orioles are going to be up against when we're looking at the grand scheme of things. Zach, you got a follow-up?
No, I agree. I think that, one, with kind of what Brad was saying about the Yankees earlier, I understand the depth and everything. I think that's why you have to hope that, I agree, if Aaron Judge goes down, that offense is in a world of trouble. But I think, you look at teams like the Red Sox. I think that's why the Red Sox are so scary because, that pitching staff that they have, they added Sonny Gray, obviously Garrett Crochet. We know how good he can be and how he's a top echelon pitcher. But I love the depth that the Red Sox have. I think I would even say they might have slightly more than the Orioles just because they have a log jam of players, it feels like, at every position where you're going, hey, that guy could be a starter, a high-end starter on another team. And I think what's most impressive about that is they've kind of botched the way that they've handled this situation over the past 365 days. They brought in Alex Bregman, which then pissed off Devers, and Devers was like, I'm out of here. I don't want to be here. Got nothing for him.
Yeah.
Just one of the most lopsided trades ever. Absolutely nothing for him. And then Bregman walks the next year, and you still have this depth of all these young guys. So extremely impressive that even though they've kind of screwed it up, it seems like it's still working out, at least depth-wise, for them. And their young talent is going to be very good.
Absolutely. And I wanted to correct myself. So I meant Cody Bellinger. I had Bregman on the brain when I spoke earlier. But I was just actually looking over the roster for the Yankees. Here's the other thing that when I was talking about injuries, this roster's old.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. It's a very old roster. So my thing is, I just think that injuries are bound to happen. I'm not saying who it's going to happen to, but if it's Jazz, Goldschmidt's, he's a year younger than me. So like, I just, Ben Rice, he could have another breakout year. We'll see if he comes back to form. I have concerns about the depth and the potential injuries that are pretty much inevitable to happen to this roster.
From an offensive standpoint, that's their cons.
Yeah.
Age, and if you're saying a little bit of depth for the Red Sox, do you have the firepower offensively? For the Blue Jays, they gotta get rid of their injuries right now. They're really banged up, and they got to replace Bo Bichette. It's the one thing that we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
Okamoto we're gonna find out with him. Come over from Japan, a lot of success. And can Addison Barger, a guy like that? That was our two X factors, Zach, when we talked, right? So how do those guys play? If they play well, the Blue Jays offense could probably be pretty good. If they don't, there's going to be some thoughts and questions because losing Bo Bichette is a big deal.
Huge deal.
And then, Tampa, they blew a 6-run lead in the 6th yesterday. But they got some pitchers at the top of their rotation that can make some noise and make things happen. So, when you look at where the Orioles are, and then you have a guy like Boz, there's a chance here that the Orioles 1, 2, 3 with Rogers, Bradish, and Boz can match the other teams if Boz is who you think he is. The Orioles, they have probably the most balance of a lineup, but there's still a little bit of uncertainty of how good they are going to be at the end of the day. Talent's there, but now you got to go and play it, and you got to have the success. That's the one thing so far that, at least in this division and this league, the best hitter on the planet resides in New York for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's there. Roman Anthony has that star power that feels like he can be like Gunnar, where they're a season now away from reminding people of how good they are. If you saw them play in the World Baseball Classic, you might have missed it if you didn't, because Gunnar wasn't in there every day. But anyway, that's what it's going to come down to here. But for the AL East, man, it's going to be a gauntlet. Buckle up. It's going to be interesting. And for the Orioles, their first match against any team from the AL is going to come down the road a little bit here. Don't hold your breath. They play, I'm looking at it right, the end of April, so about a month, Boston comes to town. Beantown comes to town, and then it'll get a little bit heavier. They go to New York, they play Tampa, and then they play the Blue Jays. So then it's going to continue to go on and on and on and on and on. Again. Woo!
Hey, no injuries to Tiger Woods, by the way.
No injuries?
Nope.
Anything else on that report?
No injuries to anyone involved in the crash, according to the Martin County Fire Rescue.
That's a big relief.
Yeah.
That's great.
I just am really curious now.
Yeah, like what the hell happened? How does this happen again?
That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Like he's battled some demons here, we know, over the years.
Oh yeah.
He's battled some demons. Oh, sugar. Ooh.
What the heck?
I just drilled myself in the mouth.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I mean that microphone is not light.
I might be in concussion protocol. Damn.
For those of you at home wondering, that microphone weighs about 5 pounds. Not a light piece of equipment. Jesus Christ.
I'm good, but that was shit. I was just trying to pull this fucking thing up. That'll wake you up. Hey, now, see, this is what happened. This is what happened.
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
So I was trying to bob it up here.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't say that.
I mean, that does it sound that bad?
Pause.
You think I'm going the aisle for that shit? I ain't missing a fucking play. All right. Yeah, this mic okay? You okay? I have to get a new mic. Did you see me light that shit up?
I saw a look on your face when it lit you up.
Yeah.
Are you bleeding?
No.
He's trying to make sure no one sees it.
Oh, it's getting clipped.
Yeah, no one saw that.
Yeah.
No one saw that.
We only have 200 people watching just on YouTube alone.
I taste blood.
Yeah, so that you're bleeding.
There's definitely, I would think there is. Did you see how hard you hit?
Oh my God.
You know what?
Hey, everybody's got a plan until Mike punches you in the mouth.
I'll tell you what, man. They say when you get punched in the mouth, you just keep going. In this case, when you get mic'd in the mouth. Hey, but here's the thing.
Damn.
This ain't the first time this is the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
But I've been hit by a pitch. I have been punched before. That was a different time. And damn. This is what Friday's all about here. We're back. Hey, this is why we love doing the live show anyway, right? This is what you guys really want to see.
Oh my God.
I wonder if we could get a replay in the moment, you know? Like we were able to, hey, let's bring that up on the screen again. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Damn right, baby. Zach, what movie?
Actually, I don't know, but I'm clipping it right now.
We had to do a live breakdown of Rip getting socked in the mouth.
I actually will. I can break that down. That'd be fun. Shane Boss signed with the Orioles, man. Hell yeah, baby. 2 claps and a mic to the face one time.
That's right.
That
was hilarious.
Yeah, it was good. Dodgeball is the correct answer, Zach, by the way.
Oh. Sorry, just saw it again.
You saw me get how bad does it look?
It's the afterwards, it's the ow.
The thing is, though, I'm glad it got my lip and not
Like your
my
tooth?
Oh, dude, that
If you would have lost a tooth on this,
my orthodontist would be pissed. Yeah,
we would have had
to
to stop the show because I would have been incoherent. If you would have lost the tooth,
Is your retainer in?
No.
So that would have been even worse.
Oh, that would have sucked. Yeah. That would have sucked. I'm also supposed to go see them next week. So Dr. G, sorry about that. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Not really, but are you guys having a good time with that? Shane Boz is signed. Do we even talk about Ryan Helsley now? I feel like I need to, but because we cut that part off because I'm really pumped about watching Ryan Helsley go out there and deal this year.
Is our special guest standing us up, by the way?
He might be. I don't know. He's been running around. I don't know what he's doing.
All right.
That's okay. It's great content. You know what? Should we just not even talk about sports anymore? Is that what it is? Should I go back to stories about me just getting absolutely drilled? Oh, no.
Oh, here we go. Oh! Damn. No. You really did get yourself pretty good.
Dude, I got my shit rocked.
Did you hit your nose too?
A little bit.
Yeah. So it looks like.
Yeah, let's run that again. Let me see that.
Hold up, Zach. Oh, hold on.
For those that are listening to this, you should go back and watch this. Yeah, there we go. Let's see it. That had some velo on it.
Yeah.
So timeout. Like, if we're looking, so since we're talking about Shane Boz throws absolute fuzz, I got to tell you what, that mic was coming in freaking hot. I think I had it. I think it was probably going about 25 miles an hour. It was just very subtle. The slow-mo of me, just my facial expression. Hold on. Let's see if we can get me getting smacked. This is fun. Oh, yeah.
And then you're just like, I just hit myself in the face.
Yep. It's what we all dream about. When you wake up in the morning, you hope you have the opportunity.
Oh, yeah. That's a great look right there.
That's hot. I wonder.
Oh. Ow.
We haven't had one of those moments. Yeah, we'll work on a slow. Oh my God, when we work on a slow mo.
Yeah, we'll have to do that in post.
Good God. Oh man, how's everyone else doing? Good.
I'm feeling good. My mic is not angry at me. Oh yeah, there you go. That's
auto stream. Well, you know what?
It did get you on the schnoz.
Yeah, if your teeth get knocked out, well, auto stream can't help you with that. But if you have car issues, auto stream can help you out. $50 off any service when you mention Ryan Ripken. Hey, speaking of that, getting your teeth knocked out, this sport you actually can. And we were going to have our first guest for this week, but it's going to be next week. That the UFL is coming back next week. And the DC Defenders right down the road, their first home game is next week. And we were going to have Hakeem Butler on, Maryland native. Actually had one of the most iconic sound bites in sports TV history. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be doing some stuff with the UFL. So the UFL first home game is next week down in DC, but they're opening up the season this weekend. How about that? And also, guys, the whole staff for the Louisville Kings team, they're all Ravens coaches or Ravens players that are coaches.
Crazy. That is crazy.
So they got Chris Redmond, Chris McAllister, Jamie Sharper, Brad Jackson.
Yeah. Only black guy I know named Brad.
Really?
We talked about that. Brad Jackson and I.
That's what you said about?
Yeah.
Brad and Brad?
I said I was the only black guy I ever known named Brad. I thought that was like, white guy thing. He's like, that is what it is.
That's a good, now I'm curious. Now I'm starting to think. Zach, what are you smirking about behind the scenes there?
Oh, sorry.
That's good. I can't stop thinking about that mic. And just like some of these comments, like have been cracking me up.
Yeah, I'm glad. You want to keep rolling with them?
It's been funny. What a Friday. What a great Friday. Shane Baz extension. Opening day, Orioles are on pace for 162 and 0.
Mm-hmm.
Rips eating them on the chin.
Trying to think back to a moment where I got my shit rocked. By the way, if you want to see some of that action, by the way, the UFL, it actually is tonight. First game is tonight, March 27th. You can go to theufl.com or to Ticketmaster to get tickets. And for DC, the home opener, Saturday, April 11th versus the Houston Gamblers. And I know, in Baltimore, we love Hot in Here. Nelly's like that song in Baltimore.
Yeah.
But down in DC, the guy down there is Wale, and Wale is performing the first halftime show of the DC Defenders game. So that's going to be pretty electric. And free T-shirt for the first 5,000 fans. If you want to just get the tickets from the DC side, UFLDefenders.com or Ticketmaster.com. Nice. I'm a little bit. I wonder if that's going to hurt later.
Yeah, that's going to be bruised for sure.
You think it's going to be bruised?
Oh, dude, you want to see the replay?
I already saw the replay.
Okay, well then yes. The answer is yes.
I'm going to go. Hey, I'm going to get a close up real quick. Hold on.
Gonna get a close up.
Like,
Fine. Right?
Yeah, it's not stolen or nothing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
oh my God.
This freaking mic. What is? I heard something blow up in the. Oh, we're having fun. What's the poll results here?
So we had two polls. Had the original poll was who wins the AL East. We only had 4 options. Sorry, Rays. Orioles, I assumed we're going to win it. Overwhelming though, 107 votes. Orioles got 79%. Blue Jays 11%. Yankees 7%. And Red Sox 3%. I feel like that was kind of expected. And then the second poll we have, I just put up during the Shane Baz talk of do you like the Shane Baz extension? And yes, has an overwhelming 92 to 8% lead through 78 votes. So thank you all for voting. I guess total we have over 200, about 200 votes. So 185 already. So between the two. So appreciate you guys for participating. Woo.
Well done.
Should we take turns if like you can take getting smacked by a mic?
No, you own that.
Oh,
You're
we didn't
you're
volunteer
the
for
mic guy.
that.
Yeah, you're the mic guy.
I'm the mic guy.
You're the
Yeah.
mic guy now.
Mike to the face guy.
Mike to the face guy. Mike check. Boo, boo, boo to boo. So that was poll talk, not Brad's poll talk, which is good.
Still not mad about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like that we changed the name. So we were going to have a couple guests lined up for today. Things happen. We do have a couple of people that we could be seeing next week that could be both Ravens related and baseball related. Ravens related, baseball related. And we had one guest that I don't know what the hell happened to him. Getting his hair cut. Might have fell into the harbor. Who knows?
Or we might just throw him in the harbor.
Yeah, we might. You might like to wrestle in the harbor. Who knows what's in there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to just try to think for timing sense? Because we also have something else that we can't tell you guys about yet because we've learned you can't discuss deals until they're done.
Yes.
But we do have something we have to attend to today.
Yes.
That's important.
Very important.
Do we want to do a quick call in? What's the timing, Brad, for us?
Well, we have some time.
So do we want to open up for the Better Kids 10-minute open up frame?
Sure.
We could do that. So if you're a channel member of the Better Kids, You want better
Go to
kids
the
channel?
community. Go to the community post on Ryan's YouTube channel.
Community post on the channel. We're gonna open it up. 10 minutes.
If you're not, if you're not a channel member, why don't you tell them how to become one?
How do we become a channel member? Zach, do you want to guess how you become a channel member?
Click the join button next to subscribe on the homepage, YouTube's our channel homepage. Did we figure out? I think it's an iPhone problem. If you're on your iPhone and you're like, dang, I can't see this, go to a laptop, something you can join very easily right there.
It is an iPhone
very
problem.
weird. Yeah,
Has
it's an
been
iPhone problem.
for years.
Yeah,
Hey,
don't know
hey, it's
why.
all good.
iPhone.
Goddamn iPhone.
I'm gonna still have an iPhone. Still gonna have it.
I know.
I'm losing contacts left
50%
and right.
of Americans have iPhones.
You know, and I'm proud to have it. But join a member and join to become a member. And we're also going to have, starting in April, we are going to set aside a specific Rip After Dark date.
Link is there. Go to the channel homepage, posts, and it is right there for you.
So are we thinking best day for a Rips or a Rip After Dark? It might be like a good midweek thing, but maybe once every couple of weeks, maybe two a month.
Make it a Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Nobody does anything on Tuesdays.
Tuesday Rip After Dark?
Yeah.
You know who says he wants to get involved?
Nick Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
It's
see.
a good one.
I did ask him to go golfing with me.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll probably accept that.
He did, yes.
That's
I was gonna say.
that's not surprising.
No.
Why?
Because it's what Nick wants to do.
Of course. Always is.
I mean, if we're going to be honest about what's happened with what's going wrong with the Ravens, just look no further than the long snapper.
I mean, it all went downhill after a certain long snapper got his extension.
Yep.
People are talking.
People are talking.
Can't be a coincidence.
Yep. Just what we're saying. Just saying. All right. So we opened it up. We're ready to rock. Do we want to rock and roll?
We do.
All right. Where are we rocking first?
I'll give you one guess.
Arkansas Joe.
Yeah, there he is.
Joe, what's up?
How we doing today, fellas?
I mean, I'm doing great, Joe. I feel great. I feel energized. I feel like I just got that kick in the mouth that gets you going.
Yeah, I saw that. I had to feel good.
It looks great. Did you see it? Did you like it?
It made me chuckle.
I think I would like to believe I handled that well. I don't think that I'm fine.
You handled it with grace.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
See,
kept
no
going. You didn't
no
let it
IL
stop
stint
you.
for me.
You
What?
didn't let it stop you. You kept going.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do here. No IL. It's not going to come up on the injury report. Not getting rid of it.
Nope.
It's all good. What happened?
I'm fixing things. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, we're good. Got it back. Hey, Joe.
So there was a basketball game last night. I don't know if two teams showed up or not, but there was
Certainly
a
did
basketball game. So, when you don't play defense, you really can't win. So, kind of expect it. But
I feel like that's like across the board of all sports. Defense does matter.
Yes.
Offense is great, but if you can't stop the other team enough, they might just run you out the gym. I think that's kind of what happened last night. If we're talking about the same game.
yeah, they were talking about it on the radio today. The last year in Kentucky and these 2 years, Cal has recruited offensively very well, but there's no defense at all. So we'll see if he gets some defense in there next year.
Well, it had a good run. They were the underdog in that situation. I mean, for being honest, Arizona just looks like a wagon right now.
Yeah.
That was your pick, right, Brad?
I picked Arizona to win the whole thing.
Yeah. So,
But they won the SEC tournament for the first time in 25 years and 5 out of 6 Sweet 16s after not going for, I think they said 16 years or something like that. So I'll take it. But on the baseball, baby. We got the Gators in town this weekend. We're gonna sweep the Gators. I feel it.
Feel it in your bones. Feel it in your
feel it.
plums.
The
We'll
Gators
see what
are
happens.
also in town for softball, so they play softball and baseball. Arkansas, Florida this weekend.
Double sweep. That might be a little bit harder.
Might be. the softball team's ranked number 9, and I think Florida's top 5 in softball. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. But you know what? No one's as good as the Baltimore Orioles right now. They're undefeated.
They are. They're going to win 108 games.
Now that would be something.
108. Damn, I said over 100.
I'm going to stick with it until it happens. So we're just going to roll with it every year until it happens.
Hey, screw it, man. Why not? Why not? If the Orioles win 108 games, Zach is going to take 2 mics to the face.
If they win 100 games, it's plus 962.
How frisky are you feeling?
Which I put money on. I told you it's a tradition.
Yeah, FanDuel and DraftKings are live in Arkansas now, so they partnered with our local casinos. So
okay,
I think it was like
hey Joe,
plus 1,100.
Well, hey Joe, because we got a couple other people. Any final thoughts, words, concerns besides Arkansas sweeping?
Go Hogs, go O's, and be careful with those mics. Don't. They're dangerous.
Yeah, it's going to be the theme with all the callers today.
Yeah, I might. We're going to put up. I'll run a safety infomercial in the future about how to handle mics, and we'll put it here.
Yeah.
But
that was great. That was fun. But Joe, appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend.
You can come in June for the bathtub races in Hot Springs. You gonna come down and do the bathtub races?
Nope.
They do bathtub races in Hot Springs every June.
Have a good day, Joe.
Okay. Maybe next time, Joe. Damn. I'm really intrigued, Joe. I appreciate you, man.
We just got.
That was the part when I was thinking about that. I swear, down there in Arkansas, they got. Nothing surprises me.
Bro, it's Arkansas and Mississippi.
But I kind of do want to see the bathtub race. On a side note, I do. Joe, understand?
I want to see it, maybe just not in person. I'm not making a special.
How do I race? You know what? We got to continue on here.
Yeah.
Who is next for us?
Eastern Shore Mud.
Let's bring him on. What's going on?
Hey, thanks for letting the good kids, do video chats.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm in St. Michael's. You all ever come out here to the Eastern Shore?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
St. Michael's.
Yeah.
Crab cakes and beer, or crab cakes and football.
That's what Maryland does. I do love crab cakes and beer, though. I want
Yeah,
to
I do too.
clarify that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Do you know what famous Oriole is from St. Michael's?
Harold Baines.
That's right.
How about
That's
that?
right. He gave me a scholarship when I graduated, and I graduated with his oldest daughter, too.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Bainesy's awesome. He's a great guy.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, for senior week, he has like a condo in Ocean City, so we went there and we really partied it up for senior weekend, got into some really bad shenanigans and stuff like that. But
No.
yeah.
Not you.
Hey, yep. Well,
that doesn't sound
no
believable at all.
I've never done any of those things either, so I don't know what you could be alluding to. Not like especially Ocean City 2012. You know what I mean? I would never do that. But what's going on? What's on your mind after this Thursday, or is it just because I smacked myself with a mic?
Are the Rip After Dark streams, are you gonna do like any gaming streams? I think it'd be fun to see you like play a scary game or something like that and react and all that.
I mean, I can. I mean, what should I do is the question.
You should play the new Resident Evil game, for example. That's really good and scary,
Oh God.
Oh.
I do. I don't know how well I do. You will get a reaction out of me, so I guess that would be good.
Yeah. It may be entertaining.
It would it would be great content. Yeah.
Do you do any like Fortnite or anything like that, like the boys do in the clubhouse?
I did Fortnite early on when I was still playing. But I'm terrible at that game. Like I am awful.
Yeah, it's a hard game.
But secondly, I did have I did go back to my old roots of like N64 and PlayStation 2 recently.
Bro, GoldenEye is classic.
Well, I was playing Crash Bandicoot the other day. I haven't played that game forever.
That's also classic.
So I went and played that.
But not quite like GoldenEye.
Yeah. But so scary games or the other games that would be good interactive ones?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just scary games are good in the dark, for Rip After Dark. So that's just what I thought.
Maybe that will get. What is Nick? Well, Nick plays
Oh, I don't know what he plays. Some weird shit.
Apex.
Yes, Apex Legends.
That's him. Him and Linderbaum play, and they'll play some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Also, 2
I'll
games
play some
I'm
Call of
awful out. I would consider the Resident Evil one. So let me look into that. I guess I have to figure out the streaming part. What other content would you like to see us do?
Other content?
Hmm?
Yeah, I just think the game has changed. I didn't have any other thoughts beyond that. I do have a question for you guys, baseball related though.
Yep.
I follow like Talking Yanks and stuff, and they have a question they do every year, which is, what is your biggest fear going into this season? And to start off, I would say my biggest fear is like Colton Cowser getting injured, and there just being this like vacuum in center field, and we have to have this rotating door of Enrique Bradfield and Taveras, and just some sort of downward spiral like that happens. What's your biggest fear about the season?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. Honestly, my fear as far as a position player wise concern is, and I know it's not for the sense of how much he'd mean to the team, but if anything did happen to Gunnar, I still don't know what is going to be the solution. If Jackson comes back, does he play short? But you also want Jackson to learn how to play second. I would be devastated if anything happened to Kyle Bradish again, just because of the long road back.
Yeah.
And the last one I'd be is, I can't imagine if Ryan Helsley is not the closer, and I don't want to even. That might be the scariest one for me, because the Orioles, I guess they could put Tyler Wells into that position, but you're back in this situation again of who's closing out games consistently, right? So those would be probably my 3, but for different reasons. Gunnar for positional base, Kyle because of how much he's worked to get back, and then Helsley because we've seen what's happened with it being a revolving door. Brad, do you have anything on yours?
Nah, my biggest fear, I think one of the bigger names, like Gunnar going down, something like that would be one of my big fears of, because like coming into this season so positive, everybody's healthy, big name like that going down would be devastating.
Zach, where'd you go? He literally left. Zach,
He did.
you literally left. Yeah, come on the screen.
I was gonna say I was trying to fix my outlet. I was gonna say I agree though. I feel like the cop out answer is Gunnar, like just because I think he's the best player. But to like what you said, Ryan, I think Ryan Helsley going down would be extremely, just because hey, there's already a lot of questions in the bullpen. Kittredge dealing with injury, Aiken dealing with injury. Now all of a sudden, not only is Tyler Wells, like you said, going from you're going from starter to reliever. Now you're the final 3 outs, the hardest 3 outs to get in baseball. So I think that would probably be, if not besides Gunnar, just solely because I think similarly with the Yankees with Aaron Judge, if he goes down, you're like, oh boy, he's the hardest to replace. But I would be really bummed if Helsley went down, because I think he's going to have a massive year. I think that would make it really tough on this, not only bullpen, but on the starters, because then they got to go deeper into games. The worse the bullpen is, harder it is on the starters.
And the part too, then who is the high leverage guys? Kittredge comes back. You want him to be healthy, but he's never been a closer. Wells is the only guy that's been in that. Cano, I guess, has, but which Cano are you going to get? Craig Kimbrell, we can go bring Craig back. I know that would make a lot of people excited. But all jokes aside, he had a good couple months and then it really fell off. Okay.
I don't think you're making the argument there.
It's like I was joking about bringing Kimbrell back. Okay?
I know. He had a good 6 weeks.
It was a good 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, and then June hit and it was
No, it was more after All-Star break hit and then the implosion happened.
Yeah.
We're getting caught away. Are those fears legitimate for you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think if Gunnar goes down, that's a big piece of the board. That that would be another injury vacuum we could get sucked into and just not recover from until next year, perhaps. But all good points.
Well, let's hope that we don't find those. If anything's going to be a worst case scenario, let's just have it be me getting smacked by a mic and me getting jump scares if I learn how to play like Resident Evil. So we'll see with that. But any final words? Because we got to keep moving along. But we appreciate you coming and joining us for the first time.
Yeah. What's your name, actually?
Brian.
Okay.
I'm Mind Body Light Sound in the chat. But
I
yeah.
put that
Nice.
together. I thought that was you, but Brian officially or Eastern Shore Mud, either one.
Yeah.
But we appreciate all the support over time, Brian, and we'll let you know what content we got cooking in the meantime.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
sir.
you, Brian.
Yep.
St. Michael's, baby. Now I just want a beer and I want some freaking crabs right now.
Crab cakes and football.
And also crab cakes and football, crab cakes and beer. That's what Maryland does. Also, I'm seeing with Wayne, if you're on your phone, it's hard to find the subscribe button. That's what you're saying with the Apple, Brad.
Yeah. If you have Apple, for whatever reason, you can't see the membership. You can't sign up for the membership from your phone. But like if you're on Android and you go next to the subscribe button, you can see the join button next to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll be able to come on the show.
Come on the show, hang out with us, have a good time. We appreciate our good kids, better kids.
It's literally, you can see it. It's actually highlighted in white
The join button.
right there. But if you have an iPhone, sorry about your luck.
I think iPhones are great. If anyone
It might
wants to have a
depend
phone
on the. It might
sponsor for
depend
us.
on the iPhone too. I think some people with older iPhones are having the issue. I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's get to our next caller. Hopefully she's being safe.
There she
Laura?
is.
Hey,
Hi.
what's safe?
Are
I'm being
driving?
safe, guys. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I want to know, one, do you have like workers' comp insurance for this whole mic thing?
We don't.
Is that,
If you
is that
don't like, you
considered
get hurt on
workers'
the
comp
job.
injury?
If you get hurt on the job, don't like it, play better. We'll give you a shot of Deep Eddy, and you're on your way.
Yeah.
That's how we roll here.
I was very deep into the deep eddy for opening day, so.
I did see that message in the chat. You're saying, man, that did you dirty. It stacks up. I saw Deep Eddy Dave, Brad.
Yeah.
He was feeling good
That doesn't
on
surprise
opening
me.
day.
That
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
surprise me.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
The crushes
Absolutely.
were flowing. But yeah, besides me getting smacked in the face and all that other stuff, what's on your mind?
Well, I mean, the O's are fine. I'm not wearing my T-shirt today because I wore it yesterday, but the O's are fine.
They are.
It looks like you all just did the best advertisement for having Android versus iPhone.
Yep.
Team Android.
Hell yeah.
108 wins. I mean, that's more wins than the Dodgers, and they have a very weak division. Nothing against the prediction, but let's temper our expectations just a little bit.
Just you know what? No.
Listen, I just need 100. I just need triple digits.
Screw it. 115.
And if they get over 100, my $50 turns into $500. So I'm fine with it. That's all I need. Triple digits. That's it.
Okay, good luck with that.
I'll take 87
Again, and I'm
Listen to me,
optimistic,
Laura.
but
They already did it 3 years ago. So like it
the
can
AL,
be done.
but the AL East is so tough now.
Yeah, I bet they said that in 23 too.
As they said in Gino,
I mean, I'm strictly in the 90 to 95 win category, and that makes me very happy. And that means that the Orioles will win the East. I really don't think the Yankees are going to be as good as everybody thinks they are.
Nope. I don't either.
The Blue Jays are definitely going to regress. In my mind, they've lost too many good players to bounce back. The Rays are the Rays. Thanks for not putting them in the poll there.
that's a Zach Collins problem.
Here's what I'll
Oh,
say.
yeah, I'll see you there.
Here's the only thing that I'll say about the Blue Jays. Why did Zach zoom this in so much, by the way? Stop touching my shit. The only thing I'll say about the Blue Jays is that you and I, Rip, went to that facility.
Yeah.
The facility of the Blue Jays, they it's like they just can manufacture.
Oh, Dunedin is great.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I did this spring was I did my tour of all of the spring training facilities down here. So I will say Dunedin, which I had never been to before in 20 years of living in Florida. Very impressed. Absolutely would go back.
Yeah, Dunedin was great. Yeah.
We will be back. And
Yeah.
also confirmed with the Twins, we will go to Fort Myers.
Oh, there we go.
And, speaking of which, speaking of my tour, I'm kind of mad at you guys because you guys didn't seem to make it on my tour this year.
Well, it was a little bit. You can blame me. I got a new position.
Yeah. Might have heard. You might have heard.
That changed my schedule. We were going to come down for about 7 to 10 days, and we had to cram it into 3 to 4, where we only did one day of actual content, and the other one was
Traveling around.
It was shaking hands and kissing babies.
That's right.
That's what we were doing.
Okay.
But without the babies part, just shaking hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, celebrating my 40th birthday.
We did do that, though.
Correct. We were celebrating a Brad's birthday.
Which we also worked that day as well.
We did. We were in Fort Myers that day.
We drove for 3 hours total that day.
We did.
So you were basically in my backyard in Fort Myers.
Working.
And couldn't even give a girl a text. I see how you are.
We were working.
I could have carried a camera or something.
Okay, so next year we're gonna get a Winnebago. All right?
We keep saying this. One of these years we're gonna do
but
we're hearing it for anyone out. But we're scaling up.
Camping World.
Camping World.
Camping World's
grown,
listening.
and hopefully, I'm excited about the color commentary role. I hope it continues to grow and all that excitement. Then hopefully, hypothetically, have a schedule. I know what it is, and I'm gonna go. Hey, Super Bowl ends.
Yeah.
I'm taking 2 to 3 weeks of just maybe a little ride time, and then 2 weeks of us doing our thing.
Yeah.
And hitting our spots. And maybe in Baltimore, people have asked if we do like a show, community day, and maybe we do that at Sarasota as well.
Love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We'll work on that, Laura. And if not,
is there something we can work on during the season for like a Ryan Ripken show, thing where we rent out that new pavilion, that can hold up to 300 people, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Not that there's 300 of us, I'm sure, but.
Are you renting it out?
Yeah, I was going to say, who's paying for that?
Wait till I start making my RN money. I'll, hit me up.
Hey, we're getting there, Laura. We're getting there. Well, hey, final thoughts here. What?
3 weeks, y'all. 3 weeks.
All right. Any final thoughts?
One last final thought. If Zach is still around, I don't know if he is or not.
He's back here.
He just went away. Zach, you want to join the screen for a second?
I'm right here.
Hi, Zach.
Laura, how are you?
I'm mad at you too because you did my girl Volley dirty yesterday.
And I set up. That blunder's on me. Miscommunication on me.
Okay. I just want to make sure you know that you are in the doghouse. And
I got live and learn.
You can't make a mess until you put a ring on it. So hop to it.
We'll work on that too.
Holy hell.
All right. Hey, Laura, I appreciate you. We've already had can you be safe, please?
Yeah.
I'm safe. I'm absolutely safe. For one thing, I'm in Tampa and I know where I'm going. I know about the traffic, so I'm good.
Yeah, no Tiger Woods situations today.
Oh, I'm not Tiger. No. No Tiger Woods here. No Tiger Woods, y'all.
Please. All right, Laura, be good. Have a day, have a night. Don't let the deep Eddie sneak up on you. If it does, that's okay too. You have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right. Well, we do have a new member. Mike figured it out.
Hey, well, I think Wayne was trying to figure it out, but then Mike figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. So our call-ins have this every trying to say Friday for the season. We are. That's our goal.
Okay.
Fun,
all right.
Fun Friday. Mike in the face Friday. Shut up, Zach.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we're going to play this again?
Jesus.
It doesn't get old. It never gets old.
I feel like it gets funnier every time I see it.
Oh, so it was, it is actually a good clip. It's pretty funny, but Hotel,
We got to start stashing these again so I
motel.
can make a highlight reel.
That's got to go in the. We got to make a new intro, and that's got to be in there.
Yeah.
It's that and Rocco back in October.
Oh my. No, you know what? That one's going to the grave.
It's
That
still out
one-
there. Still out there on the airwaves.
You know, that's like a Bruno Mars gif right there. Of him dancing like dun, 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 and you get smacked.
The look on his face will just forever be ingrained in my brain.
And also, maybe to wrap this up, 'cause I
Oh,
don't think we have any other call-ins on the community. It's last.
We do
call.
not.
Last
Yep.
call.
Laura was
so,
the last call. Yeah.
But for our channel members, you check the community tab on the YouTube page. That's where the link will be. So, when we say we're doing it, that's where it is. If you're on the audio platforms like Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast, well, you're listening to this after the fact, which we upload the episode after. But join us live from 3 to 5. But one last thing I want to say, guys. I wanted to say happy birthday, belated birthday to my mother.
Happy birthday, Kelly.
Happy birthday, Kelly. Rocco, it's Kelly. And
I didn't even think about that. But that was hilarious.
so
I sure hope he's watching right now.
yeah, I hope so too. But happy birthday
We'll know
to my
very
mom.
quickly if he is.
Yes, we will.
Happy birthday to my mom. It's
Hasn't aged a bit, by the way.
She is. You know what? I love my family. I know I have a lot of the Ripken genetics, but I
Yeah.
hope as I get older, I can age like my mother.
Oh yeah.
She has been great. She's put up with me all these years. We're a package deal. I know I grind her gears. She definitely grinds mine.
Fair to say.
But I wouldn't change it for the world. Love her. Love you, Mom. We appreciate you. Thank you. And we had a great little dinner last night. So cheers to you.
Dude, that picture that you put up of you when you were adorable, still don't know what happened
Right
there.
now, I'm still not adorable.
No, not with that mic in your face.
Is better?
But then, like the picture of from your wedding, your mom hasn't changed
No, it's
hardly at all. It's crazy.
It's crazy. She's
30 years. She's the same.
yeah. I would say we both look about the exact same. For
It's
30
close,
years.
yeah.
Yeah. I had blonde hair, which I obviously still have now.
Yeah. And same amount of it, actually.
Same amount of hair,
Almost had less teeth.
or maybe the same
The
amount.
same
of
amount
teeth,
of
you know?
teeth. Yeah.
Like, it was close. Holy hell, man! That when Jamie asked me at times, I've been like, "What goes on the show?" Well,
Does she not watch?
Well, she's working. It's probably for the best when that happens. 'Cause
Yeah.
then when I tell her that like I had an accident, and if I told her what happened, she's like, "This is what you do with your freaking time." I thought you said you're working. I am working.
Yeah.
I promise. But guys, it's work, but it's fun. We love doing this with you guys. We appreciate you. If you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We will be back next week, Monday through Friday, normal schedule. There's no opening day. We should be good to rock and roll. We expect to have some great guests next week, and we'll be back to doing more breakdowns here on the monitor. We're starting to get that sorted out. We did the first one with Kobe Mayo,
Figured out all the technical issues with it. It's been great.
Oh yeah.
little by little, step by step, brick by brick.
That's a great show.
That was a show.
You all are too young for Step by Step.
Yeah.
You-
Well, you are older than Paul Goldschmidt.
I
so
am by a whole year, but I bet you he remembers TGIF.
He might. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Damn.
I don't.
You're not that much younger than me.
Hey, buddy. I got you,
You
by
know-
like 7.5
All right.
years.
So Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it, but I don't like know it.
Okay. Well, that was on TGIF.
Oh.
You guys are so TGIF was like Friday night. Obviously, they had like a run of shows, and it was like Boy Meets World, Step by Step, Family Matters, like Urkel, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Mm.
Mhm.
Damn, man, I am old.
Damn.
Shit.
Zach, what's your Friday jam this weekend?
I don't know yet. We're gonna figure it out. You guys, what tomorrow's the Kyle Bradish Jersey sweatshirt.
Yes.
Isn't it? Looks sick.
Which, by the way,
I didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, bro, this, I don't know how we missed the boat on this. We should have asked for swag so that we could have promoted this. This is what we need to do. And I want the Tupac Shakur bobblehead, by the way. It needs to live right on that desk, right there next to Calvin. We need to make that
one for the team and wear a Kyle Bradish sweatshirt jersey.
You going to the game tomorrow?
I don't know yet, but like literally the only reason that I might go is because I'm like, damn, I really want that.
Yeah, it looks sick. I would want that too.
So that's great, but by jam I meant song. So my song for the weekend is "Birthday" by Katy Perry. So
okay,
that's cool too. Those
in honor of Kelly.
That too, but also it's just a bop.
It is kind of a
or
bop.
Too Little Too Late's always my bop.
Yeah, well, I know.
Okay, all right. Any thoughts, concerns? Close it out.
162-0.
2-0, baby.
To the window, to the wall, to the mic hits up right in your what? Okay. Anyway, as always,
Yeah, finish lyrics.
Finish the lyrics. As always, here at the Ryan Ripken Show, we appreciate each and every one of you. Have a day, have a night, have a great stinking weekend. Be safe, be good, and come back and join us on Monday from 3 to 5 right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook.
Keep an eye out for those mics.
Watch out. You watch out.